What's up, guys? It's EPIC SDG, and today we're going to talk about our first impressions of Evolve. Now, we have a lot of fun with this game, so we're going to give you guys a good preliminary review. Cue the intro. Just to start off, this game is super fun, but before we get into the review, I just want to remind you to like, favorite, and subscribe for more great content. Now, I wanted to wait until I played every single class available before I made this review, and the reason I wanted to do that was because I wanted to get a good grasp of the game. And I've had the most fun playing Val, and if you watch all the gameplay from all the games that we've played so far, you'll see that I almost exclusively attempt to play as Val. I don't know, something about keeping everybody alive. You know what I mean? But it isn't even that. It's more, when the monster comes to fight finally, whether that's stage 1, 2, or 3, they always come for Val first. And that's because Val keeps everyone alive. You know what I mean? And it puts me in the thick of the combat, but allows me to play a much more supportive role than I normally play. It's for a change of pace, and I'm really enjoying it. But I've played all the classes at this point, and the rank top to bottom for me, first one to be definitely the medic, then the support, then the trapper, then the assault. That's just not, the assault is just not my particular cup of tea in this particular instance. And that's because like I said, I want to play a more supportive role. But we got Slayers, we got Epic Boss, we got Epic Ant, we got Crimson, and we got Black. We have Slayers. So I'll let those guys shine and get their spotlight, you know what I mean? But back to the review. So, as I said previously, there's 4 classes, and there are 3 characters per class that are unlocked for the beta. And I can't remember everyone's name, but I keep it very simple. I believe I have the second tier unlocked for everyone, but not the third. And I probably won't have the third by the beta because I've been doing other things. But don't take that as a stab against the beta. This is quite possibly one of the funnest games we've ever played. I mean, the whole pretense of a 4v1, I don't know, it just seems right. Like, even if it wasn't a 4v1, this plays like a way faster version of Left 4 Dead, and everyone likes Left 4 Dead. So, now, off to the real review, though. So, I feel the classes are very, very balanced at this point. No one stands out too much, and everyone does what they're supposed to do very well. Like Markov's lightning gun is amazing. Okay, it doesn't feel OP because the monster is as strong as he is. So I mean, it feels really good. And then we have Val with her sniper rifle and her healing guns, and like I said, without going into detail with every single character, everyone feels really balanced. And now that's just me speaking from the multiplayer perspective. The game gets a little deeper, a little more interesting in the single player campaign, which is not really a single player campaign, it can be a single player or it can be a multiplayer campaign. And it feels a lot more interesting. But the dynamics of all the classes, you know what I mean? Like, it feels like everyone has good synergy. Like, everyone can do something that someone else can do, with the exception of Kia. Because everyone has some sort of explosive most of the time, or some sort of support weapon or something like that. And all that's really, it just balances the game well. Now, the one thing that threw me for an absolute loop was playing with the monster. Now, when I put the game in, and I had decided when I had first heard of this game, well, I'm more of a team player. I don't want to play as a monster. But that has been some of the most fun I've had in this game. Playing with that monster is so cool, and it's because you have to balance the risk versus reward. That's what this game really is about, risk versus reward, especially as a monster. And the reason I say this is because with the monster, you have to know when to fight, and you have to know when to not fight. You know when to get away, when to sneak, when to ambush. You got to know you got to have good COD timing, not just run by people. You got to really, really pick your battles as the monster. And the way they have it, the way they explain, or at least it's been explained to me, is in level 1, the monster is not defenseless, but very vulnerable to the hunters. Level 2, it's a fair fight, and Val says that all the time once it hits level 2, that it's finally a fair fight. And level 3, the monster is actually stronger than you, so it takes real teamwork to win. And I mean, that's the way it should be. You know what I mean? I'm like, as it's a 4v1, so you should start off with some sort of advantage, but the game should definitely be the word I'm looking for. It should definitely balance itself out the longer the game goes, because as the hunters, it is your job to end the game as quickly as possible, because once he gets to level 3, now that changes everything for you. Now we're going to jump a little bit into the the campaign. Now the campaign is interesting, which actually might be a lot funner than the multiplayer matches, and the reason for that is because the campaign has dynamic elements. Now the dynamic elements in the campaign, simple things. If you win, you get a buff to XP and a level buff for the next level of the campaign. I believe the campaign's 5 missions. At least in the beta it's 5 missions. I don't know what it would be in the final game. And that's really interesting because it behooves you to win. And the game completely changes the pace, depending based on who you have in your party, what monster is being played, and my personal favorite, if you win or not. And I'm like, a couple examples they give in the tutorial for that for the campaign specifically is in one board, if the monster destroys the power relay, then the next board, there'll be toxic clouds all over the board, which will continually damage the hunters, which will make this game have to go a lot faster for the hunters. But if the hunters get it, then that powers up the turrets and the cannons that automatically attack the monster in the next round. And that's sort of dynamic stuff. It's stuff that you see in other games, but it feels really well hashed out in this particular one, and I'm really enjoying that. And I actually played through the entire campaign for that very reason. And the gameplay you're seeing right now is actually from the campaign, and we got smoked. It was quick, but that's all I have for you guys. I mean, if you haven't tried the beta yet, please play it. I think there's another day left. I think it's over tomorrow at 12 p.m. or 12 p.m. Eastern, which I think is 9 a.m. Eastern. I might be wrong about that, but I know it's over tomorrow. So if you haven't picked it up, trust me, you are missing out. And the game comes out, I believe it's February 15th. So look forward to seeing a lot of this on our channel. This is SDG signing out. Get this game if you don't have it, and pre-order it if you have it. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take it easy.